Good morning, everybody. Morning of day 27 from the Appalachian Trail. We just finished our second climb. They're kind of straight up, so just catching my breath. Figured I'd jump on here and say good morning and let you check out that sunrise. It's only 8:20. Yep, 8:22. Look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous. So the plan is a big day today. Take you with me as I stroll downhill. Big day today, and we'll get a move on. See you down trail. And here we are, just cruising along this morning. So far so good, and come across this monument. See if we can push in on it for you real quick here. And if you want to pause it and read it, you're welcome to. The Moy Foundation put this up. Appalachian Trail, Sam's Gap, North Carolina. All right, here we are coming into Sam's Gap finally. It's just over 2 miles. That was my watch. Looks like we're gonna right turn here and go down under the freeway. And that interstate sign says, "Welcome to Madison County." All right. Well, nobody likes to see the road, so let me get down here. Oh, there we are. Look at, turn back there real quick. Look at that. There's Tennessee. All right, well, right after that last video clip, my camera battery died for some reason. They were charged last night, but here we go. Tennessee. There's the Tennessee border. All right. Well, we are going this way. Right on the state line, Tennessee and North Carolina. All right, well, let me get my battery pack and get some batteries charging for the camera so we don't got to use the phone all day. All right, here we go, pushing north. There we go, back on the other side of the interstate. There's Tennessee. Woo, it's chilly. All right. Let's make this turn. We got about a 700-foot climb to the top of this peak. And then we'll see what the next one brings us. All right, let's get at it. All right, everybody. We have made it to the top of the climb this morning. Not for the day, but for this morning. This climb put us up here at 4,400 feet, just over 4,400 feet. And we have a clear view to Big Bald, which we'll be climbing over later today. So let me punch you in on that. And that is gonna be all the way at the top, right. Let's see if we can get her to focus. Oh, punched in too far. Back it out. But that top right bald up there is Big Bald. And that's where we'll be probably afternoon. So let me get a quick snack on and keep pushing north. We're on track at 2 miles an hour right now. All right, as we're doing that climb that we've been climbing for a while, we got our first glimpse now of Big Bald. There it is, that's where we're heading. We just passed a couple that was up there, said it was windy and a little chilly. So we may not stop for lunch. But that is Big Bald. And that's our halfway mark for the day. All right, let's get a move on. Well, there you go. We made it. We made it to the top of Big Bald. There it is, 5,516 feet. And there's the medallion. And here's a view that is just breathtaking. 360 degrees up here. And that last stretch, that rock climb reminded me a lot of the Smokies. Going up and down from Klingman's, just a rock scramble. Sorry about the wind, it is breezy. But let's go right here. Right here in the center of the screen, I'm gonna try and pull in on it, is a grass patch. And that is where we were at on our last break, looking up here. Yep, that grass patch right there in the middle is right there. All right, that's too far zoom. Sorry about that. But check out the rest of this view. And it is just after noon. So there you go. That's Big Bald. Halfway through the day today. Just sharing some of the trail on the back side of Big Bald. We've already came down and went up through the next field and heading down the next set. It's just been rolling grass hills since the top of Big Bald. So bring it along, enjoy it. We've worked our butts off to get to this type of terrain, so let's enjoy it. And then pause and take in a view like that. I know it's hard to tell, but we are going downhill. Trying to keep the camera level so it's easier to view. Well, we just came up and over Little Bald, and it's not bald anymore. Not bald at all, but here is a small lookout. And this is looking west. Little town down there, not much. And then the hills roll out to the flats. But still a very, very nice view. All right, we're just about to come into Spivey Gap, which is our last road crossing, and check out this little stream. Man, I tell you what, if I wasn't wanting to push on, right back up there where the sign's at that you just saw a picture of, off to the right over there is a stealth camp spot. But my mileage doesn't work, so I have to push on. But I just want to share that with you. That is a good little stream. All right, well, let's push on up here to the road and go from there. All right, well, no sooner than I turn it off, then I came up the trail right there, And here's the road. And that's the trail across the street. This is Spivey Gap. And there's only one car here. I think it's that day hiker that I passed a while back. So let's cross the street, see what this sign says, and figure out what we're gonna do. We're trying to go toward Oglesby Spring Stream, and it's only like another mile or so, but man, these are steep steps. There we go. Yep, because tomorrow's goal is the Nolichucky River right there at 11 miles, so we're trying to get that under a 10 today. All right, everybody. Well, it's late in the day, and I pushed way past where I had planned to stop, but I found a stealth spot that's not really stealth. It's on the trail, but it'll work. It's a previously established camp spot. As you can see here, there's a fire ring. I've carried water for the last mile and a half, but this is gonna do. I ran into a couple of other hikers that are gonna stay here with me tonight, and we'll go from there. I'll bring you back when I do end of the day wrap up. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our end of the day wrap up. Got our tent set up. Got a couple behind me, Jiffy and Booty Shorts, and across from me here across the trail, I've got Redline. We're all sharing this little campsite on the trail side for the night. So let's go ahead and show you the book. It was a big day, new personal best for me, and biggest day yet. So let's show you the book, show you the mileage, get this wrapped up so we can get going for the night. We've got a lot of chores still to do, dinner and everything else. So here we go. All right, so there we are. We started the day at the Hogback Ridge Shelter. And I forgot to mention this morning, I know in yesterday's video I told you I was expecting maybe 2 or 3 other people to show up. And nobody did, so I actually spent the night alone last night in the shelter. It was pretty peaceful and quiet. Nice night, good weather. So I just wanted to let you all know that they didn't show up, and I ran solo last night at the Hogback Ridge Shelter. So we started our day at 3:17.3, and we climbed. And then we hit High Rock, and then we had a descent for most of the morning, and then we turned them pages. That's what we do. And we ran this whole page today, so let me get it in focus and give you shots. So we came down and we hit Sam's Gap. We showed you that. That was where the Tennessee sign was, the interstate. We crossed underneath, and then we went back up, and we kept climbing up that hill, and then we came to that very first meadow. And that meadow was at 4,436 feet, and that's where the first site where we saw Big Bald at. And then we dropped down out of there, had some more climbing. We hit it with Low Gap, and that's when we started that climb all the way up to Big Bald. And then we showed you that Big Bald, so right there at 326, 326.2, 326.8 was Big Bald, and that altitude was, there it is, 55.16. We showed you that on the post. So after that big climb, we dropped down again. I took a picture of the Bald Mountain Shelter, but I didn't go over there. I didn't have a need to. Cruised right on past. Kept going down, 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 and then we climbed up Little Bald. And then there was nothing up there to really see. I showed you that. All the trees were grown over, so there wasn't a good view. Just a quick one. And then we had a long downhill into Whistling Gap. We had a quick pit stop. That was just a snack and a water break. And then we climbed out of there. And then we dropped all the way down into Spivey Gap. And we showed you that nice little stream that if I did not want to get closer to Irwin today, I would have stayed there and just soaked my feet in that stream. It looked beautiful. So then we turned around and we climbed up out of Spivey Gap. And we pushed past my goal, which was Oglesby Branch, just because of the water. We couldn't find a good camp spot. And then when we did, we'd already passed up the water. So we had to push on. So we ended our day right here at 335.4 miles of night 27 for a grand total of an 18.1 mile day. That is the biggest yet. But all in all, body's in good condition. Feet are a little sore, but that's expected to after all the ups and downs and the climbs. A lot of boulder rock climbing today too, a lot of bouldering. But no complaints. I'm going to get into Irwin tomorrow. I'm going to go to Uncle Johnny's. We're going to rest up. We're going to soak. And we're going to resupply, and we're going to keep pushing north. That's what we're doing. We're pushing north. Once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and coming along and enjoying the journey. I hope you have been. And we'll see you in the morning like we do. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.